Hello and welcome to The Art of Love. My name is Lucia. I'm a dating and relationship expert and also your host. And I'm here with my lovely co-host, Miss Lila.
Hello, how are you everybody? Nice to see you again.
So today's show is called Moments of Truth. You may be asking yourself, what the heck is that?
I think I know what that is, but I don't know where you're going with it.
Right, well, I'll tell you. When you first start dating someone, eventually they're going to do something that, you need to call them on it. They're going to do something or say something, but you're not really sure what to say because you're still in that honeymoon period where you want to come across as just being wonderful and everything's going well, nothing's wrong. At the same time, you don't want to be a doormat.
Right.
So these are phrases, a nice way of saying things, calling the guy or the girl on what they said without coming across either as a doormat or as a bitch or a jerk.
Okay.
And all these were either used on me or I used them, so I know they work. So let's start with the first one. Now, this one is rarely used, but it's really effective. And that phrase is, now was that called for? I mean, when was the last time someone used that on you?
Oh, well, I haven't been in a relationship for a while. I've just been watching for the flags.
Right, okay. Well, now we're moving on to other parts of dating.
It's getting a little more complex now.
Yeah, I mean, this is rarely used, but it's really strong and effective because when someone says, now, was that called for? Usually it wasn't. So what are you going to say? Yeah, it was called for?
Yeah.
I mean, you're left speechless because, no, it wasn't called for. Actually, this was used on me. I was 27. The guy was 21.
Oh, well,
and
there you go.
I already thought he was a great guy, but after he'd said this to me, I'm like, wow, he's really mature. He's really on top of his game to be calling me 6 years older on something. And I never forgot him, and I always respected him.
I thought you were going to say that he was saying it when he shouldn't have been saying it because he was younger.
No, I was
That's
bad.
Actually pretty shocking for someone that
I
young.
know. He has his act together, let me tell you.
That's great.
Yeah. And that's a great one to use because hardly anyone ever uses it. So say, now, was that called for? And just wait and see the look of shock. No, it wasn't called for.
You naughty boy.
Yes, or girl.
Or girl, yeah.
Okay, because you know what? People love to be called on their stuff, believe it or not. They may act like they don't.
If they're doing something wrong.
Right.
I mean, obviously, if they're not, then they're being nitpicked at.
And they will respect you for it, and they'll behave. Like a good dog, like a good boy.
See, boy. No, or girl.
Yes, of course. All right, here's another one. Don't start.
Don't start.
Which is a little different from don't start with me. It's just don't start. And I said this to someone. I had just met him. We started working out at the gym. And I said, I'll meet you at the leg press in about 5 minutes. Now, of course, it took me longer than 5 minutes to get there because, as you know, I'm very popular at my gym.
She is very popular.
And so it's hard to just walk.
She's famous
without
at her gym.
without being stopped by, every Tom, Dick, and Harry there. And so it took me 10 minutes to get there. Big deal. And so he had this look on his face like he was annoyed. And he said, you said you'd be here in 5 minutes. And I said, don't start.
And what did he say?
He didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything.
I mean,
it's kind of like stopping things in their tracks.
Exactly.
Instead of it won't make it. It's kind of, I mean, you're being kind of, not mean, but kind of abrupt with someone when you say it, but at least it stops things from getting into some big mess or whatever.
Exactly, because otherwise he knows that he can always act like that and I'll accept it. And so you have to just stop it right away. And of course he had nothing to say to that. It's like, don't start, 'cause I'm not putting up with that. So, but whereas most people would have said, oh, I'm sorry, I had to, apologetic.
That's what I would have said.
Yeah, it's like,
actually, no, I probably would have said, it's only been 10 minutes.
Right. I mean,
instead of 5, only 5 minutes difference. This shouldn't matter.
I did apologize. I said, I'm sorry, it took me longer. But at the same time, let's not make a big deal. I mean, he looked pissed. Wow. Like, come on, get over it. Grow up.